Rebel Transmute is a game that I've been waiting on for about a year and a half. I was fortunate enough to receive a review copy on the games on its initial release on March 11th. Now, what I'm about to say, do keep in mind that some of these issues I have experienced may have been patched out at this point, but this was my personal experience on launch day. I remember seeing the vibrant pixel art that reminded me a lot of the original Metroid and NES. After all, it is the direct inspiration for Rebel Transmute. Some of the resemblance are even uncanny. This modern Metroidvania has the player controlling Moon Mikono, a space scrapper turned adventurer on a mission to uncover the true fate of her missing mother. One of the most interesting gameplay aspects of Rebel Transmute is its approach to exploration and combat. There are over 50 unique upgrades that the player can acquire throughout Moon's journey. We got attack range extension, shields, explosions when hit, even the HUD can be removed through an upgrade if you so wish, and want to play with like a blindfolded experience. These upgrades make offensive and defensive approaches both possible and extremely viable. You can even control a small army of creatures if you wish. There are major upgrades as well as after defeating bosses. Known as transmutations, these permanent upgrades allow for traversing the alive world of Rebel Transmute. There are the typical ones like double jumping and wall grabbing. Then there are neat ones like dash charging and bouncing. Dash charging is almost quite similar to shine sparking, minus the dashing into it. All of these will be used in puzzles to access new areas. Some areas can be accidentally accessed. I shouldn't even say it like that. They'll be more like naturally found upon. Don't worry though, as there are routes that will lead you back to a more accessible route. I accidentally found my way all the way to the bottom of the map just by naturally traversing the world. There are fast travel options as well that make navigating much more comfortable. You'll find plenty of goodies if you keep a sharp enough eye and a creative mind. The combat though, in my eyes, is a wee bit stale. I am accustomed to high action oriented games. That's not to say though that I haven't played Metroidvanias that are like that. Moon has a limited range weapon that should be thought of more as a melee weapon. She can get access to other attack options, but this will be the bread and butter for the game. There is an upgrade that I mentioned before that increases attack range, which I think is almost necessary as some of the new types introduced are going to create a lot of trouble trying to get up and close. I was not a fan of the combat in the game. Some hitboxes felt a wee bit off, and there are also some certain enemies that were attacking me from ranges that should not even be possible. They were off screen and they were still throwing magic homing blades at me. The weapon has quite a slow fire rate compared to other Metroidvanias that I've played, making this for a little bit of a slower paced combat game. The player will need to master combat in order to find some secrets as well, such as being able to hop off certain enemies to continue exploration or reach inaccessible areas. But this is kind of where my problem with the game started. Not because finding stuff was difficult or there were mechanics that weren't explained properly, but the bugs, crashes, and soft locks. Now, one thing about Rebel Transmute is that it is a one-man job and it's been worked on for quite a long time, but that being said, I cannot excuse soft locks and consistent crashes. Now, what does my progress and experience mean to you? At this point, probably not sure, but I mean, if the game I'm playing is not even stable and I'm losing 16 hours of progress, then I just don't want to play it. There is no report bug button, and every time when I tried contacting Emmett Thor through X, I received no replies, and problems are still persistent to this day, even by the time I post this video. My game crashed when I tried turning in a side quest, and now, currently, I'm locked in a boss room with no exit because the boss won't spawn, and after 16 hours of gameplay, I'm not going to go back and redo all the exploring. I have other things to do. The game was fun, albeit with some problems up to these 2 points. Fortunately, the side quest crash was fixed and I was able to continue my journey, but at this point, I'm still looking at that boss room wondering if I'll ever even beat this game. I'm sure that at this point it might be patched. Some of the major stuff has been, like going through walls. Some of the walls didn't have boundaries or collision, but I've lost all appetite for this game. I can recommend this though to who are looking for a nice vibrant Metroidvania with high customization, difficulty, and a heartfelt story. A lot of the tile sets and enemies remind me of NES Metroid. The music is a little meh, but I mean, it gets the job done. It's not bad, it'll help you stay focused. I just hope you don't run into the same game-breaking problems that I had, because that took all the air out of my room. I was not going to go back to that. And coming out as this, like a day before Contra, I was not going to go put any more time into it. I can't even fully enjoy it now, because even if I was to start a new game, I'd be very wary about soft locking the game again. With that being said, you can get Rebel Transmute on Steam, Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series for $20. Again, thank you again for sticking up to this point if you have. I hope you have a wonderful, super day. Thanks again. If you've enjoyed this and found it helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe for some more indie gaming goodness. See you in the next video, homies.